Hello, I'm Matt Saccomanno, inventor of the Microconic system and co-founder of Masa Tool. And you know, we're so proud of what we make here at Masa. I thought it would be a great idea if you could see what it looks like when it shows up in your shop. Basically do an unboxing of a Masa Tool shipment. So the first thing you'll notice is a stir of excitement in the shipping department when one of our boxes shows up. It's like, yeah, here comes a Masa Tool shipment, woohoo! So, you know, it'll come probably with a UPS label or something similar. The PO number, whatever reference information will be down here in microscopic size for the people opening the package. All of our boxes are of this style. This is a bigger box for cartridges. We have a smaller box that we use for collets. But this one contains some cartridges, so let's see what's in this shipment. So I'll open it up here real quick. There we go. Pop the box open. All right, so the first thing you'll see is, of course, the Microconic sticker. These are very important. Put these on your car, your kid's bicycle, the neighbor's car, wherever. Yeah, every shipment comes with Microconic stickers. And then you'll see our packing slip. So in shipping, with every packing slip, they will manually tick off every item that's in there to make sure that we don't forget anything. So in this case, we have an F16 cartridge, an F25 cartridge, and then a couple of collets, a UM5 regular type collet for this F16 cartridge, and a UM10W, which is one of our overgrip collets. And then an EGS, which is our guide sleeve blank that's used to support the part for the customer to use in this overgrip collet. And then we have some EGS wrenches that are used to install the EGS. So there you go, you got the packing slip. And then with every overgrip collet, we send what we call the overgrip detailed instructions and cautions. It's basically reminders of do's and don'ts with overgrip collets. And we want to make sure you put those to use right, so definitely pay attention to the cautions, things not to do. That'll come with every shipment of overgrip collets. Every time we send a cartridge, we send one of our magnetic labels to stick on your machine. Make sure these are on every machine in the shop, that's very important. They do actually have some useful information on them. If you scan this QR code, you will get a PDF of our catalog. It doesn't do any goofy marketing stuff. All it does is open a PDF of the catalog. It won't send you to any weird tracking sites or anything like that. We do list the various collet types we have for reference. And we recommend you put these right there on the machine, right above where you're working, so you can see when you're banging your head against the machine because you're stuck on something. It's like, oh, I need a collet. This is your solution right here. So it lists the various types of collets that we have in the range, just general information, kind of a brief chart of how to set the clamping force. So yeah, we love it when we walk into shops and we see these everywhere. That's fantastic. And then of course with every cartridge will come a laminated instruction card, which it's a lot of fine print. We try to cram it on there so it's a convenient card to have with you. It's basically a step-by-step, 1, 2, 3, just follow the steps, and then more details are contained in the paragraph, but usually just this sentence is enough to remind you how to install the cartridge and how to adjust it and such. It's really pretty simple. It looks a little daunting when you first get it, but once you're used to it, it's a great reminder to have these steps so you don't forget something like taking out the spring from the sleeve or anything like that. You want to remember that. Okay, and then everything's packed in here. Our stuff's pretty bulletproof actually for packaging purposes, but we wrap it in paper anyway. We really care about our stuff, so we want it to make it there in time. So a lot of our stuff can be small, so make sure your shipping people actually unwrap every little thing. Sometimes customers claim to not have things shipped to them, but they find it in the paper later. So there's cartridges here. There's the 2 cartridges. Of course, this is all recyclable if you want to do that. And there's This is a handy, beautiful box. You can use it, you know, to give your spouse an anniversary gift or something like that. You know, it's great for that kind of thing. And I've seen these, I've seen our boxes in machines that have been there for like 5 years. They're all greasy and handled. They're pretty nice little sturdy boxes, so hey, knock yourself out with those. So everything correlates with the order. You'll see everything is listed on the packing slip, so your shipping people can verify that everything's there. Now for the cartridge, it's really all the tools basically are contained inside this one cartridge sleeve. You know, it's labeled with the part number. Of course, the part number is laser marked on the product, and the individual serial number, that's good in case any repairs are needed or anything. There's the serial number. So all together as a unit is what we call our unity plug, which holds the Masa screwdriver, which is what you use for adjusting the collet force. You lock it in place. So there's the Masa screwdriver. Here is the micrograd dial wrench, which has the calibrated markings for adjusting the collet force. And then the unity plug is just a holder to hold it all together. So when it's in the machine, you'll generally leave these tools off to the side somewhere just to hold them together. You know, they'll just sit there in the drawer. This will be inside the machine. And then as you need the tools, you just take that out. So this is actually the 3 items listed here: the unity plug, the micrograd dial wrench, and the hex screwdriver are all contained in that one little unity plug. Which goes in there, and then you can return it back to the sleeve for storage. You probably won't be storing them much. They'll be in your machine most of the time, I'm sure. And then here's our larger cartridge. These are polyethylene sleeves. They're very oil resistant. They'll last a long time. And the same thing here, we have the unity plug on the larger size. There's the unity plug, there's the Masa screwdriver, and the micrograd dial wrench, all contained there. Then on this particular order, we have an EGS, which is a brass sleeve that threads into the back of the collet. So this is just a blank. You'll use this to drill out to fit whatever diameter your part is. It's basically a sleeve. It fits inside the overgrip collet. You thread it into the back, and then you use the EGS wrenches to tighten that. Now you want to use a wrench. You don't want to twist the fingers of an overgrip collet because it can damage the spring area. They're very robust in the machine and being used, but you don't want to twist those fingers. So the EGS wrench is here. It has dual function. It has a wrench to engage the EGS itself, and then it has a little keyed wrench to engage the collet. And these two are just identical, so you have 2 wrenches, right, to do the tightening. So you use this to hold the collet, and you don't apply any twisting force to the fingers. Then you use this to tighten the EGS, you know, put it on there, boom, tight. Of course, you would drill this out first. I just installed the blank, but before you put it in, you drill it out to be a guide sleeve for your part. Yeah, like that. So I guess I'm getting a little beyond unboxing with this. I'm kind of giving you a little tutorial of how to use the EGS and the EGS wrenches. Now you will notice things are a little oily. We coat everything. This is just petroleum oil, similar to motor oil, just to keep so it won't rust, you know. So they will store indefinitely without rust. And every vial has the description, the part number, the metric size and diameter, and the inch size and diameter of the collet. That barcode is part of our internal marking system, just so we can know what's in there. And then this is a UM5 regular type collet. This would go in the smaller cartridge that I showed you. And again, we have our logo and such marked on the collet. We also mark the part number, the size, all the information that's on the label is also marked on the collets themselves. So yeah, these make great long-term storage vials for the collets. Collets can be damaged if they clank against each other. You don't want to damage these high precision surfaces, obviously. It can mess with your concentricity. So that is basically what it looks like when you receive a shipment from Masa Tool. And if there's ever anything that you have a question about, or anything you don't like, or anything you do like, feel free to call us and tell us. And we love talking to our customers. We really respect and care about our customers, want to make your lives easier and make things more productive. So thanks for listening.